We China, New Zealand, and then Iraq, which is good because we don't know much about Iraq, and so we'll be able to see them a couple times before we play them. We've got to finish in the top two, or at least get to the highest quotient, third place, to advance. So, but the goal is to sweep that, and it's going to be hard because it's against New Zealand, and even just, again, we've lost back-to-back games to two of those guys already. So obviously we got to be better. We wish Kai was with us, but he'll be with us. Kai is going to travel with us, and he'll go to. At least that's what we've worked out so far. He's going to go to the tournament with us, but obviously he won't play or practice or anything at that point. But at least he'll be part of the team, and that's really crucial. We're not going to rush Kai back to the national team. Whatever it takes. I expect Kai to be, playing for the national team when he's 35. So that's really the goal. He's going to be playing all these years, so we're not going to rush him back in this year. Long beyond me, and I'm gone and vet. He's still going to be coaching up, playing on that national team. So obviously, we're not going to rush him back. We're going to make sure he's 100 or 1,000%, so that when he does come, we can use him fully. But that may take longer than we hope. But we hope that he can get back as soon as possible. But we're certainly not going to rush or demand that he get back. But we're really pleased that he's going to come to Jeddah with us. That's a really nice. It keeps the chemistry and the bonds, keeps it moving forward. But and then we'll go in, and I expect us. I think it's reasonable to think that now that we know Taiwan and now that we know New Zealand, and we played them a couple times, I think it's reasonable for us to think that we can play them better this time around. So that's going to be our goal, playing better than we did last time. That's for sure. And I think we'll be ready. Justin's eager to come back. He's working, and I know that Carl is. I've talked to Carl and Kevin, and I think everybody's real excited to get back into it. And I think it's reasonable expectations also to think that Kevin and Carl will be bigger players in what we do. I think those are. I think they're showing growth, and it's reasonable to expect them to be a bigger contributors, and that's the whole point of getting them when they're younger and having them mature through the process. So we'll see. I'm excited for it, but I got other things on my mind right now. I got a number to think about, and that's my, as I mentioned in that talk, I'm a one plane at a time guy. I land one plane at a time. I don't think you can, good when you're landing, trying to train 2 or 3 planes, if crash, you're in trouble. So my idea is I think about one thing at a time, and never right now, but I have an eye out for Asia Cup.
Justin's injury?
Apparently, from what I hear, I haven't seen him obviously, but from what I hear, it's progressing very well.
Coach, I know it's still 2 months away, but do we have news on if your practices with Gilas would be open to the public, just like before?
No, they won't be open. We'll probably go to Inspire, but we're trying to bring in a team to play us and a national team, and before we leave, and that will be in front of the fans. But we're trying. I'm not saying we have it yet, but we have some feelers, and we're trying. I don't want to. It's really on the SPP to announce and do that all when they have it all set. But that's the hope, is that we play one game here before we leave, and we play one game in Jeddah before we start the tournament. That's the hope, and that's what we're looking for and trying to do. And we've talked to different countries, and we've got some feelers, but nothing written in stone yet.
Before that supposed tune-up game, you guys will be training
In
privately
Inspire,
in Inspire.
most likely, yeah.
You live by August 1?
Probably around, 1, 2 at the latest, but maybe 31 or 1.
How's the weather there?
It's it's 100 degrees. Or that's Fahrenheit. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's but if any country is going to be more used to it, in Asia we are, so more than Korea or more than Japan, they're coming from winter. So I'm not worried about that. It'll favor us if anything. We just got to make sure we stay really well hydrated, because we're used to sweating. You don't sweat there. You don't perspire when I'm buying. So if you, I was going to jump into Tagalog there for a minute. I go, wait, what am I doing? Where was I? So yeah, I think it's the same experience that a lot of teams have when they're in Las Vegas. The guys don't feel thirsty because they don't sweat, and they don't realize that they're getting dehydrated because it's coming out of your pores. It's not, it's drying up before it hits your skin. So you get dehydrated and you don't even know it. So that's one of the big things that I think we'll have to worry about, is keeping our guys well hydrated, not dehydrated.
Coach Dwight is in the country. He will be in Gateway tomorrow for the D-League event. Did you get a chance to talk to him yet?
No. I'm not a guy that calls and talks to. They have their own time. They're adults. They have their own lives. They don't need to have me fathering them all the time. So my focus right now is Siaba, and I'm going up on Sunday to watch the game against Thailand, and so that's my focus. I'm all geared up for LA.
You're sitting on the bench or?
No,
Just one.
no, there's no way. I don't know where they'll put me. They'll put me somewhere, but certainly not on the bench.
Will you
I know LA doesn't need me breathing over the net. No, he's quite capable, and I'm just there to support him, just like anybody else, as a fan, as a countryman.
Will you be bringing the whole squad with you?
No. I know I've heard some of the guys are going out. Our coaches are actually getting on the van. In fact, they're waiting for me to get back because they're going to get on the van and go right back to Pampanga. They took the van. They were there this morning. 6 of our guys, 7, and they're in the van and they're going right back up to Pampanga tonight, and because they have practice tomorrow morning. So. So they're waiting for me. So I guess I should get out of here right now, so they can get back up. It's already late.
Yes, appreciate it.
Okay.